You are listening to the Super Live Adventure Podcast. This episode was recorded in front of a live audience at Full Cup on Staten Island on February 19th, 2013.
And for more information on Full Cup, be a good boy all year. And then Bobby Buns will show up at your house on Christmas morning, and you can ask him.
Go for it!
Hi, I'm John Saluga.
I'm Chris Sorrentino.
And today we have the legendary Tony Dangerous on the show.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go!
If you don't know, Tony Dangerous is a Staten Island superhero and amateur wrestler
And filmmaker.
I suggest you go online, go to Google, look up Tony Dangerous, and check him out before listening to this. I think it'll only add to it.
Yeah.
I just want to apologize up front, too. We had some sound issues with this one. Tony's microphone didn't work during the recording. Thankfully, I had a backup recording on my phone, so you'll hear Tony's audio is lower quality than what you're used to on the show, but still not too bad. I just want to
still
apologize.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're still going to enjoy this episode.
yeah, it's a good one.
Free brunch. We have a new bartender tonight.
That's right.
World's greatest bartender, Kevin Devlin's not here, so we have Dennis, and we have yet to see if he is the world's greatest.
Yeah, he has a lot to live up to.
You do. No, definitely not as beardy. No.
Yeah, you need a longer beard. And
Well, this gin and tonic's not bad. It's big. Give me a big one.
the drinks have been big tonight.
I
I'm
like
happy
that.
so
That's
far.
a step in the right direction. I'm liking them. So how
Well,
are
now
you?
we can actually have Kevin on the show.
Yeah.
Because that was always a conflict. We want to get him up here with us, so that's cool.
How
I'm
you
good.
doing, man?
I'm
You
good. How are you?
Yeah. I can't complain. I'm just shot.
Yeah, we both are. This is such. I told you before we came up. This is gonna be like a really.
It's
low,
such a mellow show.
Yeah, it's a really. Look at the audience.
They brought their
They're all-
sleeping bags.
Yeah. Oh, that would be
For a
so
night.
great if you guys could just camp out and we just put you to sleep with mediocre stories.
Speaking of sleeping and sleepwear, I was gonna bring my pajamas. I bought a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man one-piece hoodie footy
I know.
pajama.
I want to see it in person.
Yeah, I was gonna wear it and come out and surprise you, and then I was like, but it's a podcast. It's not a visual podcast.
It would. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of that. There'll be more visuals tonight.
There's a lot of visuals tonight.
There's going to be a lot of description tonight, but I would love to see it. Because there's photos of it.
Yeah.
And Chris has a couple kids, and that's the cutest thing is his son dressed like a Ghostbuster fighting his Stay Puft Marshmallow Man dad. That's awesome.
It's every kid's dream.
Yeah, I wish I had that. I didn't have that at all.
That was cool. Speaking of which, we were just in the mall over the weekend, and I have not been in a mall in a long, long time. That place is just completely foreign to me. It was like if you dropped me in the middle of Israel. It's like the same thing. It's just a weirdo place that I have no
And you
business
were one of
being
the
in.
guys, like when I first met you when I was in high school, that was a hangout spot.
Yeah, I used to love going to the mall.
It was just hanging out in the mall and like causing trouble in the mall.
That's all I would do.
And I was not that kid.
No.
I was the kid when we were all running away. I was the one kid turning around yelling like, "I'm sorry this happened to your store." Yeah, but you were always.
Well, I kind of brought it back to like my troubled days. Like I was with my 3-year-old Wesley, and we were at the top layer of the mall, whatever, like the second floor, and we were yelling over the side like, "Hey you!" with the fucking funny face, and then like whoever would look, we would just turn around. That's the guy who knows he has a funny face.
Starting that with your 3-year-old.
Yeah, I got him to call someone a fuck face. It was great.
Really?
Well, some guy was parked in like somebody's.
Yeah, I just heard there was an audible
He's
reaction.
gonna call someone a fuckface some point in his life, so why not learn now and from your dad? That's the way I figure. But some guy was parked and taking up 2 spots, and I was like, "Look at this! Look what this fuckface did!" And he was like, "Ha ha ha!" And we were walking out. We saw the guy getting in his car. I was like, "Call him a fuckface." He was like, "Fuckface."
Really?
Yeah. What's the
it's-
guy gonna do? Like your 3-year-old
No,
just
you
called you a
can't do anything.
fuckface.
I actually have a really vivid memory of like a guy. There was a guy who like almost cut my mother off, and I don't know. I just remember my mother being pissed, and we were in the car, and there was this guy next to us, like angry and kind of like the windows are up, but he's yelling over. And I was a little kid in the back seat, and I remember giving him the finger. And just the reaction on his face, because it's like when you get that from a little kid,
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You can't-
You
yeah,
can't
you
beat
can't-
him up, and it's
yeah.
This guy
And-
just had to eat it. A 3-year-old called him a fuck.
And it was like
face.
really weird for me because I was like a sweet little kid, and like later I was like, "Mommy, I went like this." Like that was like the way I told her about it. And yeah, she wasn't happy about it though.
Where'd you learn it? From your dad?
Maybe. Who knows? I mean, you can't. That's the interesting thing. Like when you try to, you can't keep that stuff from your kids. Like they're gonna find out about it.
No, it's impossible.
It's just the weird thing is there are parents who don't say any of that stuff in front of their kids, and then there's parents who do, and then tell them that they're not allowed to talk like that. And that's got to be more frustrating for a kid
Yeah.
than just not know. Like if you just don't know those words, that's cool. But once you know them, it's like, oh, I can speak like that, but you can't. And then once they get to school.
Well, we used to try to cover it. Like I curse way too much, and I say drop something. I'd be like, ah, shit, and then he would say it, and I'd be like, no, actually, I said it wrong. I said, oh, stink. That's what you gotta say. Oh, stink. So you got a little kid yelling like, oh, stink, when he stubs his toes on him, but you know what it's supposed to mean. The implication's still there. So just
Right.
give him the word. Why not?
Well, because what happens when he gets to school and they're calling you? Yeah, I know what's going to happen already. That's when you tell them to fuck off. That's when you put your son on the phone and he tells them to fuck off.
Who's
Yeah.
this principal fuckface?
It's a tough thing, man, because there's no logic behind it. I mean, that's the thing. It's like old ladies who say, sugar, honey, iced tea, and
Oh,
all
I
that
love
stuff.
that.
Because they're saying shit.
Yeah.
They just want to say it, and they come up with this cute way of saying it, but they're still saying it. It still means the same thing. I remember I had this teacher in high school, Mr. Bennett. He used to curse all the time in class. And
Wait, high school though?
in high school.
You could get away with that in high school.
You can get away with it, but I remember he talked about it, and his whole thing was how, logically, it doesn't make any sense. It's just a sound, and people get upset. And he kind of wishes everybody realized that it really doesn't mean anything. But then on the flip side, he also loved the power that had. That you can go into a room and yell "fuck" and piss everybody off. That's an amazing thing. You don't have to throw things at people. You don't have to physically touch anybody. You can just go into a room and say a word and upset people. So it is powerful in that sense.
That's great.
But yeah, with kids, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because I know it doesn't make any sense logically, but at the same time,
Well, it's not like he's calling somebody like a cunt. That would be a problem. You know what I mean? You referring to a woman as a body part that's a dirty word. That's not cool.
right? Unless it's over a parking spot.
Unless
is that,
they're
is that right?
yeah, well, that's a fuck face. That's an act. That's differently. But when you refer, I wouldn't have called the guy a dick. But fuck face is fine by me.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't want to teach him oh, I got a dick and my dick, and that's what I do with my dick. I put my dick in your face, and,
That makes no. You're drawing the weirdest line. I'm waiting. That's gonna be the meeting with the principal. Look, my kid doesn't say dick or cunt. He says fuck.
Well,
And that's
because
where
when you call
that's
someone,
what's okay.
just say you call someone a dick, call somebody a cunt. You're kind of it's more derogatory because you're boiling them down to all they're good for, and then making fun of that. You're nothing. You're literally just a cunt. You're a hole. You know what I mean? You're useless to me except for something to put my dick in. So that's
Right.
that's a fucked up thing to say to somebody. That's why those words have more impact.
But fucking is also. It's just the combination of the two.
Yeah, but a fuck face is someone who gets fucked in their face. That's funnier.
All right. You need to write a book on parenting. That'd be so great to just break down the rules.
I'm gonna write a pamphlet and give it out like Christians give out those you're going to hell
Yeah.
type of pamphlets.
Oh, you could do the comics, the little.
Yeah, those are
I
great.
love those comics.
I used to work with a Christian guy that I told him, I was like, I forgot what the fuck they called them. I said, can you bring a bunch of these in? He's like, he was like, He was like, "Oh, why? You want to be saved?" I was like, "No, these are fucking funny to read, man.
Yeah.
These are hysterical. It's like these really great cartoon drawings of like the devil just like feeling girls' tits, and it's just very strange.
gets
Like they
yeah.
literally drew that.
Yeah,
Like,
they draw. I know. And my favorite was always there was one where there's like a teenage couple. They're on the phone with each other, and they're going to commit suicide together over the phone. And the guy hangs
teens do.
himself, and before the girlfriend can hang herself, like the local reverend like kicks a door down, and comes in and grabs her and saves her, and explains to her why it's a bad idea. And then he's like, "Oh, your boyfriend did this too? Let me tell you what's happening to your boyfriend right now." And he describes this crazy, like horrific vision of hell, and it's drawn out. So the boyfriend hangs himself. There's a drawing of him dead, hanging, and then it's him in hell being like torn apart by demons and burning and like screaming. But what I love about it is at the end, the girlfriend's just smiling like, "Thank you, Reverend." Like that's how it ends.
was there any question of like, why were you outside my door?
No question at all.
No, the one I saw, it was like a guy and a girl in a car. It was funny. It was like a station wagon. It wasn't even like, and they're like about to kiss, and then all of a sudden he becomes a devil, and there's literally a scene with like him grabbing her tits.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's like, it's not cool to hand out to kids.
No, but I mean, they're scary.
No, not really. They're kind of cool.
Look,
I wouldn't say so much scary.
This dead boyfriend
If
hanging.
you really
and getting
believe
ripped
that's
apart.
going to happen, I guess that's scary.
Oh, yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm
who
talking about.
really believes that anymore? You know what I mean?
Plenty of people.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Clap if you
scary.
believe that that's what
scary.
happens. All right.
See, I tell you, nobody believes
This is a good audience. This is a good audience. Or Tim Duffy, lousy Christian, man. You're going to burn for not applauding. I'm going to single out Tim Duffy. Those of you who've listened to the Tim Duffy episode,
Yeah.
remember the religious conversation we had? All right. That's right. I'm sorry. I put you on the spot.
Do they actually describe torture in the Bible? Does anybody here know the Bible? Like, do they say what happens in hell?
No.
There's no
As far,
specific,
well,
right?
as far as I know, there's not a lot about hell in the Bible.
All right.
There's not a lot about heaven in the Bible. I mean, the
conjecture
weird
and
thing is
hearsay.
that there's a lot of religious people that believe certain, like, oh, so and so dies and then they're going to become an angel and like that's not
that's
how
not
it
in the
works.
Bible, yeah.
Like even if you're a religious person, that's not anywhere in the book. No one has ever died and then sprouted wings.
No,
and
you
flown up
have
into
to
the clouds.
save George Bailey to get your wings. You
That's
don't
right.
just get your wings.
That's absolutely correct.
It just doesn't happen. I've seen movies.
This is depressing. The religious. Let's not get into the religion thing.
Yeah,
too much.
we always wind up getting into religion and then porn. Like that. Those are the two things we always.
That always come up.
All right, then I want to bring this up. This is something weird I had come across. It's called the G.I. Joe conspiracy. Did I tell you anything about the
No,
G.I.
you
Joe
didn't tell
conspiracy?
me anything about it. You found this?
Yes, I found this.
You told me you wanted to talk about the G.I. Joe conspiracy, and I didn't know if you had your own conspiracy.
No, I don't have my own. It was like a weird long trickle of affairs that led me to this. It was just basically buying the G.I. Joe box set and then just searching certain things. And it led to this, and I was like, a G.I. Joe conspiracy. I have to see what this is about. Apparently, it's all these things that they had done in the cartoon that ran from like 83 to 87, right? And that had kind of happened now. And some of the stuff is conspiracies that people think have happened now. Like episode 41, the title of the episode is Cobra Quake. And in this episode, Cobra has an earthquake machine. And they set it off on Japan, and it causes this huge tsunami that like wipes out Japan, and the Joes come in and save and stuff. And this guy, Benjamin Fulford, is a journalist living in Japan, and he swears in some interview that because Japan wouldn't get on board with what the Illuminati wanted, they took their earthquake machine and caused that big tsunami a few years back in Japan. And like swears that like this is exactly what's going on, unbeknownst of the G.I. Joe episode. He had no idea. It's not like he's cribbing, Yo Joe. He's just straight up like, this is what the Illuminati done, and it's the same thing Cobra did in like '83.
Is that the whole conspiracy? Or
No,
there
and
other...
there's also there's episode 31, which is an episode called "The Money to Burn." The Cobra invents this machine, this thermal machine that like melts money. So they do this, and then make their own money to like bring down the U.S. economy and put everyone in their pocket. And it's actually Cobra coins that they say are gold, but it's actually this gold-plated polymech alloy. And people say that all the gold in Fort Knox is really this gold-plated alloy, like way before, they had this in the 80s, and now people are saying now, unbeknownst to G.I. Joe as well, that's what's really in Fort Knox. Like, we really don't have anything in the reserve. It's just this Cobra money.
Okay. So the conspiracy
Is that either Cobra predicted what's going to happen, A, or B, Cobra's real, or C, the Illuminati stole from G.I. Joe.
I like that a lot.
You like that one?
I like
I
that.
like Cobra's real.
Cobra's Real is so funny because that's like a group of guys in a bunker somewhere, and they're like, all right, step one, make a cartoon about everything we plan to do.
Step two, you put on a metal mask. You dress like a snake.
Yeah. That's the most brilliant plan in the world.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, we'll turn all our plans into stories and sell toys and then make enough money to make it happen.
Yeah.
To buy an earthquake
Yeah, like we're
machine.
blatantly going to put it out there under everybody's nose. They're not going to know what we're doing.
Where did you find this?
I told you, I was just searching. Oh, shit.
That's what I want to know. Like, always, like, how did you get there? Because you don't sit down looking for that.
I think I was searching on Google for like a G.I. Joe convention, and as soon as I put CON conspiracy came up, and I'm like,
You were looking for-
G.I. Joe conspiracy?
You were looking for a G.I. Joe convention.
Yeah.
Why?
Because, all right,
Now
sometimes...
that Bruce Willis is involved, you're hoping to...
No, nothing to do with the movie. Nothing to do with the movie. All right, because I like the old Joe figures, and I was thinking about collecting them again. And sometimes at like they'll have like Comic-Con, they'll have like exclusives you can only get at Comic-Con. And they'll have like a blue Destro, like something stupid like that. I want to see if they happen to have any G.I. Joe conventions in the past where they like had these exclusives where I could have picked one up on eBay, and it's real nerdy.
And then you fell into this conspiracy
Yeah.
hole and wrote notes
I wrote
on an envelope to bring here
Yeah.
tonight to let
Yeah.
all of us know. Well, that's fascinating.
That's what I brought to the table. What do you have, John Zaluga?
I don't have anything. The only thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit was something I forgot to talk about last time, and I don't want to get into wedding stuff too much, but we were talking about my wedding a lot. And one thing I forgot to mention was right before my wedding day, I went to get my hair cut, and I go to this guy. I won't say his name. I go to this guy, this Russian guy. I used to go to this Italian guy
Why
named...
won't you see his name?
Because it's Staten Island. It's a small... I don't know.
All right.
I don't want to make...
All right, that's okay.
fun of the guy. I used to go to this Italian guy who I was going to since I was like 12, which is why I've had the same haircut since
Yeah, I
I'm
was
12.
gonna say that's why you got the little boy special for so long.
And he was cool, but he would like typical Italian. He would always talk with his hands. So after going to the same guy for like 20 years, he talked to me so much that it took forever to get my hair cut because his hands were always moving. And he was the same guy who had this weird thing that definitely developed as a barber. And I'm really curious to know if anybody else who cuts hair has this, but he could only talk to you through the mirror. If you made direct eye contact, he got a little freaked out.
Really?
And he would kind of get nervous and then look back to the mirror. And so he'd be talking to you, not looking at you. And then if you turned to the mirror, he was looking right at you.
So he can never talk to Dracula.
No. That's right. That place shut down.
Say like that
He
one.
left. And now there's this other guy, this Russian guy who cuts my hair, and he hardly talks to me. When he does talk, it's weird because he's got, and I can't do an impression of him, but it's really strange because he's got this Russian accent, and then he definitely learned to speak English in an Italian barbershop. So he's got like a really fucked up accent. But I felt like I needed to tell him that I was getting married just
To
you know
get
what I mean?
a
Like,
really good haircut.
just
like one of
don't
those.
fuck this one
Yeah.
up. Don't, because sometimes I feel like it's just they rush and get you out. So I told him that, and then he didn't shut up, and it was all wedding jokes. Like that was this whole thing, but they were mostly like really badly translated joke. Like I don't know what most. One joke made sense to me. Because he was just like, he goes, oh, the first 10 years are hard. After that, it gets harder. So that's a joke I get.
Barber humor.
But then he had another joke where he said, he goes, oh, there's a long line. There's a long line, and the guy comes and he gets on the line in the middle. So he's like trying to tell me the guy cuts the line, and he goes, and everybody in the back says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy says, "Hey, I'm handicapped." And everybody else says, "Who tell you that?" He says, "My wife." That's that joke. that was an amazing joke. Oh God, I'm trying to.
That's fucking great.
I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Oh, no, I
Amazing
remember it.
Russian
All right, I
jokes.
remember it. Okay. This is the other one. This is the last one. That's right. This is great.
All right.
He goes, oh, you're going on a honeymoon? I said, yeah. And he says, when you get married, God gives you a big box of shit. And he puts little bit of honey on top. And on the honeymoon, you eat the honey. And after that, you eat the shit. Those are the jokes.
I thought we agreed not to talk about religion anymore.
Yeah, that was. I would love to know what that in Russian. They're probably great.
You think you get married in Russia? They give you a box full. Like,
Honeymoon probably.
Everyone at the
maybe there's
bachelor party shit in this box.
I love that. Like, I also think that even if he was telling it in Russian, he definitely gives the punchline away by starting with "God gives you a big box of shit when you get married."
Yeah,
He's definitely giving it away early. But yeah, that's it.
It's true. It's in Bible. It's true.
Do you want to bring up the first guest?
Who is our first
I think it's that
guest?
time. Our first guest is a local wrestler here on Staten Island. I'm going to say the best wrestler here on Staten Island.
The best.
I think he's the best of the best. I highly suggest you pause the podcast and Google him so you can see what he looks like and what he's all about. I love him to death. I've known him for a long time. And you have
I have his theme music right here.
queued
his-
up on YouTube on your phone. This is a high-tech
Yeah.
introduction. So give it up, everybody, for Staten Island's own Tony Dangerous.
Age, desperate for a hero, comes a man, strong, lightning fast, and unyielding in his fight for good.
Oh my.
There he comes. All right. Give it up for Tony, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a seat. People can. I mean, people.
Wow, that's the same song from Short Circuit 2 when he's running away from the bad guys.
Indeed, it is.
Do you know Johnny Five?
Johnny Five is one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite movie characters, honestly.
That's cool. I like at the end how he becomes gold plated. Never understood that. You know when he becomes an
Gold-plated
American and
When he's a citizen,
yeah
Yeah.
because
Much-
he's gold.
much like the ending of Mac and Me, where they all gain citizenship.
But I think they did it as a sign of symbolism because they wanted him to be seen as something different, you know, as a citizen, like someone who has rights and stuff.
Golden rights.
You know it. And you know I'm all for true justice in the American way here.
That's right. Now, people listening aren't going to be able to see that Tony Dangerous is here in full. Should I say costume, uniform? What do you prefer?
I would say costume.
You would say costume. Okay. He has a red cape. You have red. Those are tights, right? With lightning bolts.
Yes, golden lightning bolts.
You have boots, glittery,
Thank
red
you.
and yellow. You're welcome. I like glittery is a compliment. I love that. And you told me, I saw you getting ready before. You have how many pairs of socks on?
I have 3 pairs of socks on, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not that cold out today.
It's not because it's cold. Why do you have the 3 pairs of socks on?
Well, Mama Dangerous said when I got those boots, she said get an 8.5, and I'm a 7.5 foot. I don't know what she was thinking. She's like, you grow into them.
Oh, Mama Dangerous said you'll grow into your boots?
Yeah.
Does Mama Dangerous remember how old her son is?
Well, she has bits of insanity still.
Bits of insanity.
Yeah, but I think she knows I'm 27.
27. Well, you know, you could look. I'm.
You're a very young-looking 27, Tony.
You are a
I'll give
young
you
looking.
Thank you. And Mama Dangerous always told me when I'm 50 years old, I'm going to be glad I look like this young.
That's right. Oh, I believe it.
that. Yeah.
So, Chris, you never met Tony before.
I've
right?
met Tony before.
Oh, you have met him?
Well, I've met a guy who looks like him named Tony, but I've never met Tony Dangerous.
Right.
I've met his.
You met my-
Thank
you
you.
met my,
We got to ring the
photographer.
bell there.
Yes, I met his photographer for the Daily Bugle. Oh, John's got another drink.
It's time to
here.
drink
What
up,
are you
everybody.
Drinking, Dewar's?
I'm drinking Dewar's, yeah. What do you got there?
No, gin and tonic. I was going with gin and tonic.
Tony Dangerous, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking a soda because you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I don't believe in drinking beer. I think it impedes your judgment. You know, you don't want to drive home drunk, and you certainly
true.
don't want to fly drunk.
It might make you dress in a crazy costume when you drink too much
I mean,
beer.
you know what I highly suggest, Salentino? I highly suggest milk.
That's true. You could drink milk. You know we're the only mammals that drink milk past childhood? You know that?
Yeah.
Like past infancy? We're the only mammals that do that in the world.
I know, and it's quite a feat for us as humans.
It is. We couldn't always, and then we evolved, and we were able to process milk. And I'm definitely not one of the humans that evolved in that way.
Apparently, to like other cultures, like people who don't drink milk, we smell like rotten cheese and rotten milk because we exude the dairy, I guess, out of our pores. So it's like you know how like other cultures say they eat a lot of spicy food and we smell
And you smell that spice,
Yeah,
yeah.
they smell like rotten dairy on us.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Wow, this is the first time I ever heard something like this.
Yeah,
Tony Dangerous,
Stop
you're-
telling people to drink milk, Tony.
You're,
all right?
So you can handle milk?
I can handle a bunch of milk. I can handle like a gallon of milk.
You can handle a gallon. I wish that this was a video podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few volunteers offering to get you a gallon of milk. Let's
Thank
check.
you, random citizens.
Let's check with the full cup staff to make sure they're okay with that.
get the buckets.
Yeah, we'll tape that. We'll tape that in the bathroom. Oh, everybody's cool with it. Yeah, maybe you drink a gallon of milk by the end of the show,
Baby so.
away from the audio equipment.
Of course.
I would love to see that.
I know you would, citizen Saluga.
I can't drink milk anymore.
No?
No,
Lactose
Not even
intolerant?
with cereal? Oh, you do the whole soy milk thing. Or
not
the
even.
almond
I'll do
milk
like
and
almond
stuff.
milk.
Yeah, I remember that. Every time I look in your fridge, I'm like, that's not real milk.
Well, citizen
No,
Saluga.
it's not. It's not. I grew up. I drank milk with everything. I was telling my wife the other day, like when I was a kid, one of our regular lunches was a can of SpaghettiOs with meatballs, a slice of Wonder Bread, buttered, and a full glass of milk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
American.
That is disgusting, and that is comfort food for me. I still, when I'm down, that's what I want somebody to make me.
What
So
were you gonna say,
Tony,
Wait, Tony, what were you about to say like 2 seconds ago? You're looking at me.
Well, you want to know what's un-American?
What's
the
that?
closing of Hostess.
Yeah,
You see, that Wonder Bread is a staple of American history.
I agree. I saw fake Twinkies in the supermarket. They're called Bingles. Did you see this? They have Twinkies called Bingles.
Bingles?
Bingles.
No, I've never seen
Like
that.
the Bangles, but the Bingles.
I don't know
the
why.
Bangles with the shingles.
At this point,
Well,
I feel like they should legally be able to just call them Twinkies now.
I don't know why they don't.
My dad always said the best thing after sex was a Twinkie and a glass of milk.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, Dad.
That's true. That's just throwing that out there.
That's why you're lactose intolerant.
A little
man.
more-
If you would have done it before the sex, you would have been okay.
Tony Dangerous.
You know, I've always wanted to make the Twinkie dog like in UHF. Anybody see UHF?
Oh,
where
yeah,
Weird
yeah.
Al takes a Twinkie, cuts it open, puts a hot dog inside, and covers it with Cheese Whiz. And it
Yeah.
looks terrible, but I want it. Like
Yeah.
a pregnant woman, I want to eat.
It's like
this.
every Ninja Turtles pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're
Mushrooms
all-
and jelly beans for Donatello over here. It's a gourmet night tonight.
So I gotta ask you because the Tony Dangerous that I knew was kind of a mean guy. He used to come out with a crown on his head,
Yeah, I remember that.
be really mean to everybody, and all of a sudden you've shown up. There's a new look, and you're preaching about Jesus and morality and everything else. So
And then your vitamins and your milk and stuff.
yeah. So tell what actually happened.
Well, you know what? I know you kind of, I know you may doubt my sincerity, but I just want to let you know that, you know, it is true what I'm speaking right now. I had a life-changing experience which transformed me into a superhero, actually.
What had happened?
Well, during the events of Hurricane Sandy, I was in Long Island. I was by a nuclear power plant. And what happens was a lightning bolt struck the nuclear reactor. It bounced off the sides and it came out and it hit me. And, you know, I came face to face almost with death, but it granted me lightning abilities and super speed.
That happened to a cousin of mine. But he's just retarded.
Well, you know, not all of us can be blessed, I guess.
It's nice to hear because you know, with Hurricane Sandy, most people really think that it was really just a terrible thing that happened, and actually, this is a nice positive spin on what was a
actually
tragic
is.
event.
Thank God for Hurricane Sandy.
You know, if I was a superhero back then, I would have saved Statenopolis. I'm so sorry this happened to all of you.
Yeah, well, at least now you're here to protect us. What superpowers do you have?
Well, I have super speed.
Okay.
I have super strength.
Okay.
I can occasionally fly, but not for long, long periods of time yet. I'm still getting used to it.
Okay.
Do you have to wait like a half hour after you eat for flying? Is that like one of those things?
Sort of.
All right, I get it.
I have X-ray vision.
That makes me a little
But
uncomfortable.
believe me, I wouldn't use it on any of the guests here. I wouldn't use it on you, Mr. Silver, especially.
Especially, yeah, thank you.
Yes!
But,
Vin
ladies and gentlemen,
Forte.
Vin Forte just delivered a full gallon of
Yes. Vin
milk
Forte.
for Tony Dangerous.
I love this man.
Thank you, random citizen. Tony Dangerous truly appreciates.
Have you ever had an entire gallon of milk before?
You are now.
I don't know what city, but I think we can manage that.
I think so. I say we go for it. What does everybody here say?
Wow.
We go for it.
It's your call,
Does
buddy.
your body good?
But shouldn't we do this after the show?
We can do this at the end. Well, maybe not after the show, after the segment. When we say goodbye, I think you drink a whole gallon of milk and then fly away. I think that's the perfect ending.
I think so too.
Oh,
'Cause you want
Jinx,
kids-
you owe me a Coke.
What's that?
I want to be a role model for these kids here in Statenopolis.
Yeah, you tell the kids to drink their milk, right?
Yeah, eat their vitamins and say their prayers and respect their parents.
That's good. Chris Sorrentino used to play a superhero
Yeah.
Captain
That
Fantastico.
was Captain Fantastic.
And he used to tell the kids to
brush your teeth. Don't eat things off the floor.
don't eat it off the
kids.
floor. That was the big one.
I know a Skittle on the sidewalk looks good, but you don't want it, kids.
But it's ordered with germs.
That's not the reason why. It's because birds need to eat too.
It's because Chris needs to eat too. Yeah. I always like the picture that you were a superhero telling kids not to eat stuff after they dropped it, and as soon as they leave, you eat
I
it.
would-
Because there's no you will eat anything off the floor.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, not at work. I work in a hospital. I won't eat off a
No,
hospital.
no, no.
But like a regular,
Any other floor.
any other floor. I'm all right with it.
Well, who knows? Maybe you could join my Guild of Justice.
I don't know. It's a tall order, Nordberg.
You-
I got to think it through. Do you guys have like a? So that was a Naked Gun reference. I don't know. I don't even know where that came from. Do you guys have like a 401k or anything? Or
Yeah, we have pension benefits in case you die in action and stuff. Like,
Yeah?
Yeah, but do the moral thing and don't fake it and come back like a month later or something.
Like that Hal Jordan fella.
Or like Superman, or that guy died so many times, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Now you have superpowers.
Yes.
You're still wrestling on Staten Island, is that right?
Yes, I know it's a little bit unfair, but
Wait. One question
it
about the
seems very
superpowers.
unfair.
Do you have a weakness? Do you have like a kryptonite or like the color yellow is a weakness? Anything like? No. That blank and vacant stare tells me no. You
No,
don't.
not.
All
He
right.
doesn't want to reveal it.
I just got my powers. I don't know what my weakness is yet.
All right.
I'm gonna stab in the dark, Tony. Full gallon of milk.
Yeah.
That's
Or girls, maybe girls.
Definitely not girls.
definitely not girls. Tony Dangerous has had more girlfriends since I've met him.
Really?
That's the
Wait,
truth.
Tony Dangerous does well with the ladies.
Tony Dangerous does very well with
Maybe
them.
that was your superpower all along.
Who knows?
The ladies know.
Well, I just want to let the ladies know I'm single and available.
Oh, you hear that?
Thank you, random citizen.
So what else is going? What are the plans now that you have these powers? What do you hope to do in the near future?
Well, I hope to fight for true justice in the American way, of course, and I also hope to put on a great wrestling show for all the fans here in Statenopolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw you give it up.
You can't deny the man that. You got to give him a little sugar for that one.
I've seen you wrestle a few times, and it was always a good show. And that's before you went through this whole change. So I'm excited to see it. And you put some video up.
Yes, I did.
Can I ask you something? How many videos do you have on YouTube? Because one thing I'm jealous of is your motivation and your work ethic is something that if I could get blasted with a bolt of lightning during Hurricane Sandy and gain any powers, I would really want your motivation. Can you tell everybody how many YouTube videos you have? Do you know the number?
I would say about like 350.
350.
Holy shit.
He has 300, and he's not exaggerating.
And not all of them are music videos and things like that. Some of them are wrestling matches.
Yeah, no, I know. You have wrestling matches, and you
But
make
you
videos.
do music videos as well?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, Citizen Karaza does.
Oh, okay. You're a photographer.
Yeah.
All right.
That's right. His photographer, Citizen Tony Carrazza.
He's a good
Has
man.
some
He
other
takes
side
good
projects.
pictures for the Statenopolis branch of the Daily Bugle.
Nice.
What is he working on right now?
Citizen Karaza? Well, I heard that he's getting a job with the city. He's pretty excited about that. He's going to be working as a PCT for the city, hopefully.
Okay.
What's a PCT?
Police communications technician.
Oh, okay.
So he's basically going to be answering 911 calls, and then he's going to be texting me, come save the day.
That's a good friend, for a
Yeah.
superhero to have.
Yes,
All right.
it is. He's my inside man.
Is he making any movies right now? Working on anything?
Well, not particularly right now, but I heard he might want to do You Reap What You Sow 2 down the road, maybe, if he can get the original cast.
Can I say something? That's still on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Screw this podcast. Go to you. Go to. No, really. Go to
screw it.
YouTube and watch You Reap What You Sow.
By Tony Carrazza.
It is the greatest movie ever made. I would kill for a sequel.
All right.
Oh God, I love that movie.
Maybe Tony Carrazza could do that if all the actors are up for it.
Wait, as someone who's never seen it, can you give us a brief rundown, like what goes on, and you reap what you sow?
All right. Well, basically, it's a moralistic story about this girl and this guy, and basically, this guy liked this girl, but he's been so hurt and burned that he doesn't know how to act with women, and he kind of thinks being mean to them will get them to like him. But what winds up happening is he what happened?
Laughing at something Ezra.
Someone
just said.
yelled. Yeah, Ezra yelled something out about a good friend of the show.
What did he say?
He said the Tim Duffy story.
Well, I don't know who Tim Duffy is.
We'll
He's a
just drill it.
citizen.
I'll introduce you to Tim Duffy.
He's the guy who bought that milk.
He's the funniest comedian on Staten Island. Tony, are you texting in the middle of the show?
Yeah, I'm trying to help a woman not commit suicide. She's having a depressed time right now.
Jeez, I feel like we should stop. I feel like we should stop the show.
No, she's okay. She's okay.
You sure you can juggle the
Is
interview?
this woman in the audience? Because I think the audience is ready to commit suicide right now.
No, with Tony Dangerous here, no, I won't allow it. I'll save all of them. I'll bring them all to the hospital.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
And only here.
And only here.
This is an amazing interview, isn't it, Chris?
Do you have an arch enemy?
Yeah, sort of. Now, let me tell you what's going on with the events with me with wrestling right now.
You do that.
All right, right now I'm part of a group called Occupy Uprise. It's part of Uprise Wrestling, and we're protesting the right to wrestle, basically, here in Statenopolis with them.
Wait. They won't
You're-
let you wrestle with them? You're protesting that? Why won't they let you wrestle with them?
Well, because investor Mario Emoto is very greedy and very selfish, and he only wants to wrestle who he wants to see wrestle.
Okay, so they have like a monopoly on Staten Island wrestling, and you
Well,
guys trying to...
well, sort of. I mean, I wrestle for other organizations too, but this is an organization that I wanted to be a part of, and we came down there to wrestle, and we were denied the right. We protested. We had signs. We picketed outside in tents all month. I mean, of course, I was saving people too. I wasn't just protesting all that.
Of course.
Tony Dangerous is no slouch, even when protesting.
Yeah, but I tried to give my other protester friends canned food and lots of milk, shoes, clothes. I know it's rough out there, and just like it was rough in Occupy Wall Street for all those protesters, but it's a cause we believe in.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize you had all that opposition. I would definitely
I didn't
support
know.
you guys all the way.
Yeah, no idea. Oh!
Someone's here.
Uh-oh. This doesn't look good.
No.
Could this guy be like an arch...
Uh-oh.
All right.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Nephilim, what are you doing here?
Don't play that with me, Tony.
You gotta talk into the mic.
Don't you dare play that with me, Tony. You know exactly why I'm here. I'm here for the same reason you are.
For the milk? Why are you here, Neph?
Cut your shit, Tony. You know exactly why I'm here. Just because me and you are on the same team right now for this Occupy Uprise fiasco that's going on doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean a damn thing.
I thought it would. I thought it would.
The only thing it matters is that I get on the spot and you don't. That's it. I want my representation. That's all I want. Listen, don't speak, or I'll put you in the gates of hell where you belong, all right? Me and you are not that different. You go and you help the people that need saving. I go and I cleanse the sins of the ones committing the crimes, okay? You better hold it. You better hold it. When I step in the ring with you, whether it be next week, the week after that, in Uprise, in Livewire, in New York, in California, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. I will defeat you and anyone who gets in my way because it doesn't matter. It's not my agenda. It's the agenda of the Lord himself above. I am here to cleanse the sins of everyone.
Well, you want to know what happened? I got to say something to you. And what I got to say to you is, I hope you can fill those pretty big shoes that God wants you to fill. Okay? And something else I got to say to you. It don't matter what you say here tonight. Because in that ring, do you think you can go toe-to-toe with a superhero? No, I don't think so.
Pretty big shoes, huh? Pretty big shoes? That's why the Lord sent me and not you. I'm done. You got this next week.
Yeah,
you
I got
it
it.
the next week.
Yeah, I got enough. Keep walking.
Get that guy out of here!
That's not fair. Next week. Next event.
Keep walking, Evelyn.
You're
Keep walking.
You're mine.
Go, I think
Yeah.
the channel changed up.
Yeah, you go
Wow.
toe-to-toe like an Eskimo with this homo. You got it. I mean, yeah.
That just happened, everybody.
Ooh, you guys.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it just happened.
That is my.
Now you did it.
Hey.
Hey, that's
Drink
a
up.
Superman right there.
Wow.
You know, Citizen Zucker, I'm
brown
sorry
wine.
that he came on here and started with me on your show.
No, that was actually my least awkward bathroom break.
We paid him to come on. Don't worry.
Normally
lying,
it's
we
me
don't pay
mid-interview
anybody.
saying, "I'm sorry to do this, but I have to." But that was great.
That was
I
fun.
could use that guy halfway through every podcast.
What's his name?
His name is Nephilim.
Nephilim.
He's a savior of God. He's a demigod.
Oh, that
A
Nephilim.
demigod.
Yeah.
Shit. Well,
So what do you plan on doing to him?
Well, you know what? When I get in that ring with him, I'm going to show him why in dangerous times they call for dangerous measures. That's what I'm going to do to him.
right.
oh,
All right, everybody. Before you go, just tell everybody where they can find you, where they can see you, especially online. Where can they find out more about Tony Dangerous?
All right, well, I'm wrestling on 3 shows, actually. I'm wrestling for Uprise. It's probably going to be on March 15, 2013 at an undisclosed location. But they asked me to keep it disclosed.
We do that with this podcast, hence the turnout.
Yeah, now, the second show I'm going to be wrestling for is for Genesis Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
It's going to be on March 2nd. It's going to be at 6 p.m. It's going to be at the Pompton Lakes Elks Lounge in New Jersey.
Okay.
They're going to have Tito Santana here. There.
Tito Santana.
Greg the Hammer Valentine, Tony Atlas, and they're going to be having a seminar. If any of you people out there that ever want to get professionally trained, a seminar from Matt Bourne doing the clown.
And Tito Santana, I'll add this, owns a hair salon in New Jersey. And I don't know if he'll be providing haircuts that day, but that is his profession outside of wrestling.
You could tell bad jokes in Spanish.
Did you know that?
No, this is the first time I ever heard that.
Yeah, you should go to Santana's and get a haircut.
I know, and I'll go as Tony Dangerous.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Dangerous, who's now going to drink a gallon of milk.
Wait, one other show. I'm also going to be wrestling for Live Wire Wrestling soon.
Okay, excellent. Live Wire. So how do we get to that?
You can check it up on Facebook. I'm sure it'll come up.
Live Wire Wrestling, everybody. Look for Tony Dangerous.
And if you want to check out Uprise Wrestling, go to uprisewrestling.com.
All right.
All right, guys, it's been a pleasure, fans of Statinopolis.
Give it up for Tony. Woo! Oh, and here he goes with the gallon of milk, everybody. Get your camera phones ready. Here he goes. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Tony
Oh,
Dangerous.
there it goes. That is very dangerous.
I'm counting on
Oh,
several
he's doing
videos.
it. He's doing
He's
it.
doing it.
He's so
Tony
doing
Dangerous.
it. Oh, you got it. Oh!
Oh, he's almost there. He needs to breathe.
Even though I'm a superhero, I need to breathe.
Even superheroes need to breathe. Oh. We've got a
Thank you,
bucket
Dennis,
ready.
for the bucket. Oh, he's chugging it.
We need music. Chug.
Chug, 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 chug. All right, folks, at this point in the podcast, Tony Dangerous was trying to chug the gallon of milk, and he just spit it all into the mic and into the mixer and the board and just shorted some shit out and fucked it up.
Yeah, the sound got really screwed up on that, so that's where we're going to stop.
Yeah.
But we do have that audio, and it's a little tough to listen to because of the quality, but it's also really funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, if you just, if we would have just left it in, you would have been like, what the fuck is going on? But it kind of needs an explanation of, like, this is what it is. And then when you listen to it, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, what happens when milk gets into a sound system?
What does milk sound like?
If you, for those of you who have the Super Live Adventure app, we're going to add it as bonus content for this episode.
Yeah.
So if you're an app user, just go to where the extras are, and you'll be able to hear what happens at the end of Tony Dangerous's segment.
Yeah, and I think we have some pics from this night too, so maybe we'll throw those up on the app too.
Yeah, we'll throw some stuff up, and I'll put some stuff up on my website too with links
Yeah.
to Tony Dangerous and everything. So you can just go to johnsaluga.com and find that. If you're interested in the app, if you are an Android user, you can just go to the Amazon store. Windows phones, there's an app for that in their app store. And if you're an iPhone or iPad user, you can get an app. There's a free app called Podcast Box. You have to get that first, and then you can find our app within that. It's
We're an app within
$1.99.
an app.
Yeah, it's $1.99. We see about 70 cents of every purchase, so that's a small way that you can support this free podcast. So please do that, and we'll always make sure that we give you free bonus content.
Yeah, and
Or not free bonus content, but you'll get bonus content for your $2.
we could keep buying gallons of milk for wrestlers to drink.
Oh, and by the way, Tony, he drank about maybe 8 ounces of milk.
Maybe not even 8 ounces. It might have been like 6.
He claimed to be able to drink a gallon, and he hardly touched the gallon before spitting milk everywhere and giving up. So
Yeah, he really gave up way too quick. He talked a good game.
he did, yeah. But I'm glad he didn't go through with the whole gallon.
Oh, you see, that's where we differ. I wish we would have let Nephilim try to drink it too with him.
We'll bring him back.
Well, he had like a mask on. We couldn't really
Yeah.
see too much of his face.
Yeah, there's some video up of that too. You know, if you're interested in more Tony Dangerous stuff, and you should be,
Why wouldn't you be?
go to his YouTube page. His YouTube account is KWF1, and you can find everything Tony Dangerous. You could probably find video from this episode because he had it
Yeah.
recorded. So that's up there. You can also find some of the films of Tony Carrazza. Good
Citizen Carrazza?
Citizen Carrazza, who looks a lot like Tony Dangerous.
Yeah.
But he did a Spider-Man movie that you should watch.
You have to watch, not should watch.
Yeah, you have to
You
watch.
better fucking watch it.
and you also have to watch his movie called You Reap What You Sow. It's probably my favorite movie ever. I quoted it today. I quote it all
Really?
the time. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's one of the most quotable things I've ever seen. So, yeah, definitely check out Tony Dangerous. Look him up online, and you won't be sorry.
You won't be sorry.
You won't be
I like that. That's his disclaimer.
Oh,
for
and
that.
he has a lot going on. You know, at the end of the show, he plugged some stuff that obviously passed.
Yeah, it's when. So if you do show up in St. Clair's basement,
Yeah.
you're not going to see a wrestling match. Just a janitor.
And if you miss Doink the Clown, that's it.
Yeah,
He's-
the
he's-
ship has sailed.
He's gone. I'm sorry we got that plug out too late.
Yeah, I wonder if Dink is alive. Remember his
Yeah.
little person cohort.
Dink might still be
If
alive.
Dink outlived Doink, I'm gonna be one sad man.
I think that's what happened.
Oh, who would have thought? Well,
You wanted to plug something we
yeah.
just did.
excuse me. We were just on the Comic Book Jones podcast, which is WCBJ Radio. You could listen to on iTunes, and you may have heard Sacco Jones on a couple of past episodes popping up here and there. He runs Comic Book Jones. Him and a couple of the other guys that work there, they do a really funny podcast. You should give it a listen. And like I said, we're on the latest episode, which is episode 47. So, and also, you folks who listen and don't come to the shows, you might not recognize We have Brian McGuckin on the show with us.
Yeah.
You'll be introduced to Brian in future episodes. He actually becomes part of the show, but you guys might not know him now, but when you listen to this, it'll all become apparent that he's one of us, and it's a good episode. Listen to it. You might learn a couple of things about it, like how John and I got into comics, and
Yeah.
Brian didn't, and
Yeah.
learn things like don't bring up 9/11 in mixed company.
Oh yeah. That's important.
Yeah, and how I got really drunk and fucked up my face,
Yep.
and so, some really funny stuff. It's why is Nick Fury all of a sudden black? We don't know. I don't know, but it gets talked about, and it's really fucking funny.
Yeah, definitely check that out. It's a good episode. So that's WCBJ,
Radio.
and you can find that on iTunes.
Yeah.
The last thing that I want to mention, and I've mentioned this in the past, but Chris and I always volunteer for the National Kidney Foundation every
Damn
year.
straight, yeah.
So the Kidney Walk is coming up in November, and I haven't been plugging it as much as I should. We are nowhere near our goal this year, but this is the 5th year we're doing it. We have raised thousands of dollars, and I'm looking to do the same this year. So
With your help.
if you can go to my website, johnsaluga.com, Saluga is SZELUGA. There's a banner right at the top, and you can join the team if you're interested in joining us. We could always use team members. We have a lot of fun that day, too. If not, if you could just make a donation, however small, even $1 helps. So if you could please take a moment to do that, it's a great cause. It means a lot to both Chris and myself for a lot of different reasons. A lot
Yeah.
of people that we know, a lot of people that we care about that have been affected by kidney disease. And if you could do that, that would be great.
Yeah, exactly. And seriously, if you live out in the tri-state area, contact us and come do the walk with us. It's a good time.
Yeah.
You'll be laughing walking with us, trust me.
Definitely. Yeah, it's fun. It's in Manhattan. We go over the Brooklyn Bridge, and we usually hang out after, so...
We killed Gwen Stacy right at the top.
That's right.
As soon as we get in the middle.
So, if you're free, again, all the information's on my website, so please check that out. I think that's everything.
That's it. You know what, John? If I was a wrestler, a Staten Island wrestler, can you guess what my slogan would be, my catchphrase? Fit it where you shit it, brother.